Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. I have a very interesting subject for you today. It's going to be about an OG gangster stud, a stud who loses her damn mind, meaning that she decides to pull out her weapon, her strap, and shoot the love of her life in the Vajayjay. Not once, not twice, but 4 times. I want you to take a look at this and you let me know what you think about it. And I'm going to go ahead and play these clips now. Everything now is going to be out of fair use and for educational purposes only, to educate you about domestic violence and to encourage you to stay away from it. Let's go ahead and get to it. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen.
Hospital bed just hours after emergency surgery and 2 blood transfusions, Ariane Wallace tells us what happened to her in her own home.
She emptied the whole clip inside my body.
It was Monday morning. Wallace had just confronted her wife of 12 years.
I was telling her that we need to get a divorce because I can handle a lot of things, but I cannot handle infidelity.
In her anger, Wallace admits she threatened to do the same to her own wife.
It made me uncomfortable at home. Don't be surprised if I have another female in here.
And that is where she went wrong, ladies and gentlemen. She told this stud who was emotionally unstable that since I caught you cheating, do not be surprised if you catch me in this same place we live at with another woman, scissoring, or whatever it is they got going on, strap-ons, or whatever they're going to do. And when she told the stud that, the stud lost her mind. Let it go. Let's go.
I don't know why I said that. And she was just like, you want to play with me? You want to play with me? And she pulled the gun out and looked me in my eyes and she started shooting me.
But she never expected what would happen next.
She shot me 4 times in my vagina.
4 times in the vagina. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm not trying to be funny. But can a vagina come back from that? I mean, because we know it's soft. And if this woman is focused and shooting square in the Vajayjay, okay, is there a type of surgical procedure that brings that back? If you do know, let me know in the comments, because I don't know. I ain't trying to be funny either. I just want to know.
She shot me 4 times in my vagina, 4 times in my leg, 3 times in my stomach.
Wallace says her wife just snapped.
I'm like, okay, I hear you. I'm not going to do it. And she kept going.
Somehow, Wallace remained conscious and willed her way out of her house.
I had to get...
Now, that woman was shot 11 times, 4 times in the Vajayjay, 4 times in the leg, 3 times in the belly. That woman is sincerely blessed to still be alive. You know what I mean?
Conscious and willed her way out of her house.
I had to gather up as much strength as I could, get down my stairs and get outside, because the neighbors had heard it. So as soon as I opened up the door, there was already people out there. Hey, can y'all please call the police?
When the suspect was arrested, police say she claims the shooting was done in self-defense. Wallace...
Okay, we know that's a bunch of BS. How can you say you shot somebody in the Vajayjay and it was in self-defense? I mean, how would that even look in court? Are you going to tell the judge this right here? Oh, Your Honor, the Vajayjay was angry and was bitter, and the Vajayjay threatened my life, and the Vajayjay went into the kitchen and got a butcher knife and it tried to stab me, so I had to shoot the Vajayjay because I was in fear of my life.
Self-defense. Wallace says this was attempted murder.
She wanted me to die because she has always felt like if she can't have me, no one can have.
Okay, we all know that's a bunch of BS what the lady said about self-defense. But let me ask you this. Let me say this. We already know, we hear that in the heterosexual community, that if I can't have you, nobody can have you. That's a crazy person. Now, what I'm going to do is put some stats on the screen to show you that domestic violence is actually, there's more of that in that community than it is in the heterosexual community. Here comes the CDC. Boom. The CDC National Intimate Partner and Sexual Violence Survey found that the LGBTQIA people, 44% of lesbians and 61% of bisexual women experience rape, physical violence, or stalking by an intimate partner, compared to 35% of straight women. Again, in a study of male same-sex relationships, only 26% of men called the police for assistance after experiencing near lethal violence. In 2012, Fewer than 5% of LGBTQIA survivors of intimate partner violence sought orders of protection. What does that mean? That some of these people are trying to take the lives of their partners, and only a few of them get restraining order because they're nuts. That's what that's saying. Now, this is an educational video to show you that you need to stay away from crazy people and avoid all types of domestic violence, because I don't promote that. One more thing for you. 40% of gay men and 47% of bisexual men have experienced sexual violence other than rape, compared to 21% of straight men. Now, this is about partners who force themselves on their partners. This ain't talking about a stranger coming up and trying to make them do things they don't want to do. This is going on in the household, forcing themselves on each other. That's what that means. Now, I'm going to play another video for you right quick. 1 second. Let's play this one right here. Let's get it started.
To this very tragic story. Now, let me start off by saying this. This story is literally still developing, so there are a lot of details that have not been released. So on Monday, August 14th, a 24-year-old by the name of Shaniqua Charnay Smith was found laying in a yard in New Roads, Louisiana. So Shaniqua had been shot. She was later transported to the hospital where she sadly passed away. Now, Shaniqua's family and friends on Facebook describe her as a light. They're saying that she was so fun to be around and she always wanted to have a good time. Now, Shaniqua had a very promising and fulfilling life, and she was loved by everyone around her. So this story takes a very dark turn because after Shaniqua was killed, it was revealed that her girlfriend was a person of interest. Police have named a woman by the name of Marion Mae Williams as a person of interest in the murder of Shaniqua Smith. But y'all, the crazy part about this is allegedly not the first time that Marion has actually killed someone. When I went to the GoFundMe of Shaniqua Charnay Smith, I then was met with a whole story about how Marion tried to kill multiple of her exes.
So basically, she was in love with a nut. So instead of just breaking up with her in a nice way or any other girlfriend, this stud decides to go ahead and off every last one of them. You ain't going to leave me like that. You break up with me or I break up with you, I'm going to make sure nobody else can get to you. I'm going to end your life. So she was really a serial killer. Think about it now.
So the ex that she is being accused of killing before she killed Shaniqua is 19-year-old Azaria. So in January of 2022, police received a phone call from Marion saying that her girlfriend was unresponsive. Now, this girlfriend was Azaria. Now, she told police that they were sitting in a car. She tried to wake her up and she wouldn't wake up. Now, Azaria was pronounced dead, y'all. And later on, after an autopsy, they saw that she had injuries to her neck. So police quickly realized that this 19-year-old was strangled to death, and Marion was a person of interest in this murder as well.
They say she had just graduated from John Ehret High School. On Thursday, deputies were called to the parking lot of an apartment complex on Mount Kennedy Boulevard. 26-year-old Marion Williams told them she and Hensley were sleeping in a car and she couldn't wake Hensley up. But an autopsy shows trauma to Hensley's neck, and her death was ruled a homicide. Williams was booked on one count of second-degree murder. Hensley's family members say Williams was Hensley's ex-girlfriend and the two had a history.
So she turned herself in and she was charged with second-degree murder. Now, I'm not knowing how Marion got out and was able to kill again and allegedly kill Shaniqua Smith, but Shaniqua's family is saying that she wasn't even really with Marion 6 months and Shaniqua ended up dead as well. Now, the even more crazier part about this whole situation is Marion is still out there. She has not turned herself in, and police have not even charged her with the actual murder of Shaniqua. As of right now, they're just saying that she's a person of interest. Now, although police have not actually charged her with murder, they are charging her with disclosing nude images of Shaniqua. So police are saying that in recent weeks before her murder, Shaniqua and Marion had actually broke up. Police are saying that Marion posted nude images of Shaniqua on social media, and that's where her warrant comes in at. Now, I'm guessing that once they get her in for that, then they will start questioning her about the murder. But another thing that bothered me was if she had already killed somebody in January of 22 and was charged with second-degree murder, how is her even being accused of murder not instant for her to be taken in? Because my thing is, if she was out on bond for this murder, her even being accused of another murder should make police go try to find her even faster. Now, my heart absolutely breaks for both of these families, and there's no doubt in my mind, police dropped the ball. They should have never let this girl out of jail the first time. And from what I'm gathering from all the posts I'm seeing on social media, she has tried to kill a couple of her girlfriends. Now, my heart goes out to the family of Shaniqua, and my heart goes out to the family of 19-year-old Azaria, who died last year.
That's a lot of violence right there. They always say it's our community, but it's not. And this is not bashing anyone of that community. I have nothing but peaceful thoughts with y'all. I ain't got no issues with y'all. I'm just reporting the facts. I gave you CDC. It's an educational video, like I said before. Now, y'all got to be kind of careful out there what y'all doing, who y'all choosing out there. One other thing I'm going to say. Ladies, films, those of you who are dating studs, you had better not ever say this to your lover.
I fucked a black man.
Isn't that
Don't ever say that, because it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. So, like, make sure that's what you want to do. And again, don't you ever say this to them now.
I fucked a black man.
Isn't that
It's going to be a problem, I'm telling you. So, y'all just be careful out there. Y'all live your lives in peace, joy, and happiness. That's what I do. Anyway, y'all have a safe day. I probably just don't. Excuse me. I probably just gonna do one video today on this Saturday, and also shout out to Theo Coop for doing a reaction video to one of my videos. He does a pretty good job. You may want to check him out on his channel. He does pretty well. Someone, a subscriber of his, I guess also a subscriber of mine, let me know about it. Y'all have a good one now. Y'all be safe out there. You hear?
Say that you've changed.